Ooh, Flyman ran.
Mike. Yo, this is Cone from Cone's Graphics, and today we have a new tutorial for you guys, or I would say a tutorial unboxing. Our last episode we did our microphones, our Hollyland microphones, and today I want to go over with you guys one of my favorite accessories for my camera. I actually need to buy another one. Today we're going to go over the Godox GM55 5.5 inch 4K HDMI touchscreen on camera monitor.
Ooh, Flyman ran.
Cone's Graphics.
I purchased this from Dodds Camera in Kenwood. I have been searching around for a monitor for a long time because one, I'm blind. The monitor that's available on the back of the Sony a7R II that I currently have is just not big enough, honestly. And me, I'm a very, very detailed person, especially when it comes to video. And then if I'm happening to doing any type of photography as well, I love to see what's available to me to either record or take pictures of. And having a monitor is absolutely one of the best things to have as an accessory, because I can absolutely see everything from the details of how close the face is, or even what's in the background, what's in range, what's blurred out, what's overexposed. But again, today we're gonna go over the Godox monitor. So when you first open up the monitor box, looks like your receipts. There are, I think, 3 or 4 things that come inside of it. So you have the monitor, of course, all touchscreen. Does not include a battery. Battery is sold separately. For some reason, I always leave the plastic on here. It's funny. You have option buttons at the top for camera control. You have record, capture, zoom in, zoom out, and I think that is a specific button for either focus or some other shit. But there is like a lot of features on here, especially for camera record. Then you have the screen protector. I love this. I use this when I'm shooting outside, so there's no harsh light on the screen, and also so you don't overheat the camera's monitor and the screen as well. So that attaches to the top. All right, so Godox monitor has a menu button on the top, back button as well. The back is where you put the battery in at, and I'll show you guys later the battery that I have and how to install it on the back of it. And then you have the power button on the right hand side. You have HDMI out, HDMI in. HDMI in is where you connect it into the camera, and I'll show you guys that as well. And then if you're like me and you record anything with audio, you want to do an audio check, there is audio jack on the is that the right or left, right side of the monitor as well. So I am actually going to show you guys how to attach the Godox monitor to the camera. This amazing little fella came with it as well. This is how I attach it to the camera. It also came with your HDMI mini for your camera, and then it came with another HDMI cable that I actually haven't even used yet. It connects to something else. I don't know, but I'll figure it out later. But I haven't even used it because I mainly hook it up to the camera. I actually had an instance where I hooked this up to my camera through the HDMI in. I had the HDMI out with a 10-foot HDMI cable and actually hooked it up to my TV so I can see current playback view from the camera, and also it just provides another monitor. If you're like me, you're recording different things that require a lot of detail for you to capture that detail's attention, and especially if you're on set or on scene and you need to see something while you're sitting back and actually viewing what's being recorded, having a monitor is just absolutely amazing. Again, if you like to capture details as much as I do, having a monitor is very, very important. So I bought a ProMaster MPF 770 battery to go to the back of the Godox monitor. So what I do in order to install it, I push the button down and make sure these two holes are facing the correct direction for the monitor. Slide that in, and there you go. There's that monitor. I'm actually going to attach this to my Sony a7R II without the camera or without the monitor shield. So this goes onto the hot shoe on the top of the camera. I've been using a monitor for my first monitor I bought was in February. This is actually my second monitor I have. All right, so you see it goes on top of the hot shoe of the camera. Now, on the side of the Sony a7R II, and it may be different for every camera, but specifically for mine, there is a spot where you can put the HDMI mini cord. So we're going to go from HDMI in to HDMI mini into the side of the Sony. All right, so what initially happens is, I'm going to show you guys when I turn it on. You see the camera monitor on. And then, let me take the lens shield off my Rokinon. You can currently see that it's on. And then tap the power button on the Godox monitor. And you're going to get the Godox screen that pops up when it turns on. And then it's going to connect to your camera. So that's how we hook it up. And then, it's like shoot and go. I'm a shoot and go type of person, especially with the monitor. I'm still learning different ways on how to place it. Actually on my gimbal, I need to buy a second piece for my gimbal, because having a gimbal and having a monitor, that's a whole new level, especially when you're getting into things that you want to record and still showing those details. So I'll show you guys a little bit of basic stuff about the monitor that I use specifically. So if you go to menu, you have your focus assist. Again, this is touchscreen. False color, zebra, monochrome, pixel to pixel, image flip, zoom, and camera control. And then you have a, so that's the secondary menu for the first option. And then your first menu, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options to choose from. Second one has video aspect, center marketing, safety marker, marker matte, grid line, marker color. And then again, each option is tailored to what you like to use, and just learning the options of the monitor. What I do is I'm a real stickler for learning options. I'll press as many buttons as possible to learn exactly what it does, and that's just me, especially for tailoring to what I like to shoot. So we have the LUT, which is a LUT. You have LUT load and LUT manage. Obviously, you can change the color and dynamics of what the picture looks like with the LUTs. And in our next menu down, you have waveform, audio meter, all waveform. And then you have color space, brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, sharpness, color temp, and RGB, which would allow you to adjust the, basically adjust the color space on the picture that you're recording or pictures that you're capturing real time with the monitor while you're recording. Next option is You got F1 through F6, which directly correlates to the buttons at the top. You can actually customize those buttons to arrange them to what you would like as far as customization. And then the final button at the bottom is your settings, so it allows you to change your language, volume, backlight, user settings, reset, and upgrade. Specifically for my monitor, I'm a stickler on focus assist. I love focus assist. You can actually change your focus assist colors. I'm going to go with green for obvious reasons. We love green, right? Which will allow me to see the focus range on my picture. And then specifically for manual users, especially with the lens, I use manual for everything, whether I'm recording, taking pictures. I'm always using manual for that as well, which directly correlates with my Rokinon lens because it allows me to easily change the manual focus with my manual ring. Also, you have battery tip on the monitor. Again, it's touchscreen, so you can turn it on and turn it off, which will allow you to change your settings. The only thing that I would love for it'll let me to do is to use Zebra and Focus Assist at the same time. For the guys that don't know exactly what Zebra Assist is or Zebra is, Zebra allows you to see whether or not your picture or your video was exposed or overexposed. What it does is if it's overexposed, you'll see zebra lines, literally zebra lines pop up on the screen showing you that it's way too bright to be recorded or taking pictures out. Another one that I use specifically on my monitor is zoom. There's a zoom option. So if I am recording something and something looks off in the background, especially with my focus, I'll zoom in to change my settings and then zoom back out. Honestly, those are the only settings that I primarily use my monitor for. There's tons of different things that you can change with the monitor settings, but it's just really cool to be able to see that little mini screen that we're used to staring at like this onto a 5.5 inch touchscreen, which is absolutely amazing. Again, I love having the option of being able to see what I'm looking at on a bigger screen. Again, it helps a lot for specifically the guys that love detail as much as me. But if you guys have any other questions about the monitor, please let me know. I did have an issue with it, which customer service was amazing, by the way. They were able to get my Godox monitor switched out. Again, hit that power button if you want to turn it off. We have the monitor screen shield on top. Make sure you guys snap that in. One thing I didn't go over with the Godox monitor is at the bottom, and I haven't used this yet, but I'm gonna probably just go ahead and fuck around and use it because you just never know what's gonna happen. So at the bottom, I need to educate myself, honestly, on DC out and DC in because I'm not exactly sure what those mean. There is an option for a camera control wire to go at the bottom of the monitor. And then what interests me is I asked the sales rep if the Godox monitor, can you record directly to the Godox monitor? And from my understanding, he told me no. But there is a memory card slot, a SD memory card slot at the bottom of the monitor. And I absolutely am going to try recording to the monitor to see what happens if I have the HDMI card in. You just never know what's gonna happen, right? I like playing around with shit. I'm a tech guy, so. And I forgot to mention, there are 1, 2, 3 holes in the Godox monitor, top, bottom, and right-hand side. For when, let's say for example, you are using a stand for like your lights or a stand for your monitor, and it has that small screw at the top. I have no idea what it is. With the Godox monitor, depending on whether or not I'm recording vertical or horizontal, it'll allow me to see the changes when I was recording. So that's actually cool. It's really adaptable. I am going to be buying another one because if you know me, I record with 2 cameras. And I'm actually getting a 3rd camera as well, so I really need 3 monitors. But just being able to see the details of what you're recording or the pictures you're taking just on a huge screen it's just so helpful. I have been wanting to get a monitor for like months because I noticed one of my partners that I shoot with, he had a monitor, and I was able just to realize how much of a help it was by having that monitor and being able to get those small little minute details that maybe your client might not notice, or it just separates yourself from other video production companies when you care about those little minute details. Again, this is a Godox GM55 5.5 4K HDMI monitor. If you're shooting 4K, this is perfect. Retail right now is $199. You can get it on Amazon. Again, I got mine from the Godox camera store in Kenwood in Cincinnati. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. If you have any suggestions regarding the monitor or any other different type of monitors you guys use, please let me know. But other than that, thanks you guys for tuning in, and have a nice one. Peace.